This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Allen. Thanks for joining us for tonight's edition of the Erie News NOWCAST. New tonight, Conneaut Area School District is continuing this week with a 1-hour delay for high school students. This due to several bus drivers testing positive for COVID-19. We've been up to date with the president of Anderson Coach and Travel. That's the company that provides busing for CASD and other area school districts. They say the lack of drivers isn't just a COVID problem, but also a labor problem. Monday, Conneaut area high school students started on a 2-hour delay, the school posted on Facebook. After juggling around different resources, they were able to lessen the delay to 1 hour. Anderson Coach and Travel tells us they've done everything they can to prevent this sort of thing from happening, even offering $1,000 bonuses to all vaccinated. Yet some still haven't gotten the shot. And on top of the pandemic, they say it's been extremely hard to hire bus drivers. So when COVID-19 outbreaks like this happen, there's simply not enough alternate drivers to fill in.
With needing over 180 school bus operators, 5 here and 5 there, with the rampant outbreak of COVID, really challenges the systems.
Tonight at 11, hear how they're hoping to keep outbreaks like this from happening again and the push to get new drivers to join their team. And we've been reporting on the increase of pediatric COVID-19 cases with information from parents and school dashboards. But tonight, local pediatricians and state data are continuing to confirm it. Our Lisa Adams has the story.
Pediatricians have been extra busy lately seeing kids with symptoms of COVID-19.
Fever, cough, congestion, headache are the most common symptoms we see.
It's happened in the last few weeks with end of summer fun and the start of school.
There's been an increase in family get-togethers towards the end of summer, and school certainly has bumped up the number of patients we're seeing.
Even though students are required by state rules to wear masks in school, remember those under 12 are too young to be vaccinated. Some students who are old enough for shots didn't get them, and the Delta variant is more contagious. So if kids are exposed at school or elsewhere or feeling sick, they're getting tested.
We're probably doing an average between our office and Express Care about 60 tests a day in our community. And it's been very busy, but we're thankful that people are being responsible.
Although pediatricians confirm that they are doing a lot of testing for COVID-19 and finding positive cases among kids, they're also testing for another respiratory virus, RSV, and finding even more cases locally of that.
It's a virus that can cause inflammation in your lower airways. And you can catch it at any age, but the younger you are, the harder it hits you.
If your child does have COVID, it may be hard to prevent spread to other kids at home.
It can be difficult being in the same household, but trying to quarantine that child a little bit, even mask wearing in the house, hand washing is utmost. And anybody 12 and older that can get the vaccine, that's the most effective way to prevent others getting sick.
Dr. Burns called RSV an epidemic for local kids 6 and under. He had 10 cases in his office just today. Now, symptoms are similar to COVID, so it's tough, but they have a separate test to sort it out. So again, proactive parents are a good thing. Now, how do you know if your child is sick enough to go to the hospital? Persistent fever over 102 degrees, trouble breathing, and not being able to take in adequate fluids. Those are signs that you should get to the ER. And as COVID-19 cases continue to rise, we're hearing more about breakthrough cases. Now, those are people who have been fully vaccinated but still contract the virus. According to state health leaders, breakthrough cases are less severe for those who are vaccinated. So if you get COVID-19 and are fully vaccinated, you're less likely to be hospitalized or die from the virus. And a reminder, health leaders never promised that people would be 100% protected from getting the virus with a vaccine. So leaders right now continue to stress the vaccine is the best tool to protect yourself from the virus.
It's important to also remember that COVID-19 vaccines were developed to help people stay out of the hospital and avoid death, not just positive cases.
State health leaders are still waiting for the federal government to give them the go-ahead for booster shots, but say they're prepared for when they do. And in New York tonight, new protocols announced for concert goers and fans of the Buffalo Bills and Sabres. When entering Highmark Stadium and the KeyBank Center, anyone ages 12 and older will be required to provide proof of at least one dose of COVID-19 vaccine at any event. The new policy will go into effect for the Bills game on September 26th and last until at least October 31st. From that point on, only fans who are fully vaccinated will be able to attend events at Highmark Stadium. Anyone under the age of 12 will be required to wear a mask since a vaccine is not yet available for that age group. At the KeyBank Center, the policy will go into effect starting September 25th. Changing gears a little bit here, continuing coverage tonight on the work being done to bring a food hall and other growth to a section of Erie's downtown. The Erie Downtown Development Corporation has announced a group of 5 retailers which will be moving into the historic buildings on 5th and State Street. The stores moving downtown include Erie Apparel, Point 4, Primo Tailoring, She Vintage, and Glass Growers Gallery. There will also be rotating pop-up shops on the upper floors of the cashier's house. She Vintage owner will serve as the pop-up business curator.
Revitalizing downtown is what was needed, so I think it's going to be a great impact on the city, on the different businesses, and on the customers who will be coming in. It gives everyone something unique and fun to do.
Very exciting time downtown. Those retailers are expected to open by Small Business Saturday on November 27th. And a business that's seen a big boom in the past year and a half is the fireworks industry. And some big names in the industry are in Erie this week. The National Fireworks Association Fall Expo is being held at the Bayfront Convention Center. It's typically held every year, but this is the first one in 2 years because of COVID-19. In attendance are vendors, manufacturers, and distributors buying and selling, networking, and touting new products. It all comes after a busy year and a half for the fireworks industry. Fireworks sales hit record numbers, emptying warehouses, and according to the president of the association, getting those items restocked has been a struggle.
It has a lot to do with shipping is part of the problem. The manufacturing in China is actually proceeding just fine. It's almost outpacing the amount of boats and containers we can get stuff on, and the prices of those containers have basically quadrupled.
And on Friday night, the association is putting on what they call their grand public display. The public is invited to check it out. It's happening at the Lake Erie Speedway. Gates open at 5:30 and the show is starting at 8 o'clock. Now, there are a lot more women in leadership than there used to be, but there's still work to do. That was the overall message today at the Manufacturer and Businesses Association's Women in Leadership Impact Luncheon. Those in attendance heard from Ann Scott. She's the Community Outreach Manager at Erie Insurance, where she oversees the company's charitable giving. Scott says the key to change is realizing not having women in leadership roles is not just a women's issue.
We thought that with the Me Too movement, a lot of men would shy away from helping women, and what we're seeing is just the opposite. Men are saying, we are amazed and surprised and horrified by what we've seen, and we want to help.
In 2012, the Mercy Center for Women named Scott a woman making history for her contributions to supporting women. Well, thanks for joining us for the Erie News Nowcast. Join us for our next news at 10 p.m. on the CW and 11 p.m. on WICU and WSEE. Have a great night.